who invited you to her wedding.
I can say nothing.
That means it's happening.
I've signed so many NDAs.
Get ready, because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce news is hitting harder than a Super Bowl Hail Mary. First up, Graham Norton drops hints that he might actually be on the guest list for the wedding, sending Swifties and talk show fans into a meltdown.
On the day, I'll... Surprise!
And then, the gospel according to Taylor takes center stage as a Canadian priest goes viral for weaving her songs into a sermon about heartbreak, healing, and surprisingly, faith.
I'm saved from a life without love. I am saved from the fate of Ophelia.
Meanwhile, Taylor reportedly feels violated after private texts with Blake Lively leak, adding drama off the stage.
This has been really hard for her, and having her private texts out in the open made her feel exposed and violated, like something deeply personal suddenly wasn't hers anymore.
Travis is quietly pondering retirement. His moms are bonding in Park City like pros, and the internet is losing it over Matty Healy's cryptic repost, because of course. If there's one thing that instantly sends the internet into a spiral, it's the words Taylor Swift, wedding, and secrecy all sitting in the same sentence. And now, casually tossing petrol on that fire, Graham Norton is admitting he's basically living under NDA lockdown thanks to the very loud whispers that he might be on the guest list for Taylor and Travis's big day. It all comes out on Graham's podcast when he gets poked about the summer wedding rumors, and instead of spilling tea, he practically zips his mouth shut on air. He makes it very clear that he can't say a single thing, mostly because he signed a truly unholy number of non-disclosure agreements. Naturally, this only makes everything feel 10 times more real.
Who invited you to her wedding.
I can say nothing.
That means it's happening.
I've signed so many NDAs.
His co-host gets visibly excited and jokingly tries to invite herself along, but Graham shuts that fantasy down fast, hinting that his husband would have some very strong feelings about surprise plus ones at a Swift Kelce wedding.
That is very, very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to coming with you.
Over my husband's dead body.
This whole thing actually traces back to last October, when Taylor was sitting on Graham's iconic red couch talking about her engagement. When asked if the wedding would land in 2026, she played it cool and hinted that everyone would know when the time came.
Is next year the wedding year? Is that when it's happening?
Oh, you'll know.
Then she casually dropped that Graham was getting an invite, which sent him into full mock meltdown mode, joking that if he's invited, the wedding must be massive.
Meaning that I was going to invite you to it.
If you're inviting me, it's very big.
It's huge.
Taylor leaned into the chaos, agreeing it was huge, while Graham pretended he needed binoculars just to spot her across the guest list.
I think I can see Taylor.
Taylor is very intentionally planning a big wedding, mainly to avoid the awkward politics of small guest lists. No bubble guests, no quiet cuts, just vibes. While rumors floated around about a June 2026 date, insiders now say planning has slowed slightly as Travis weighs up his NFL future, because apparently even pop royalty has to work around football schedules. And while that wedding buzz keeps snowballing into full-blown folklore, Taylor's influence is now popping up in a place absolutely no one had on their 2026 bingo card, the pulpit. Over in Canada, a Catholic priest suddenly finds himself going wildly viral after dropping a Swift reference straight into a sermon, and the internet collectively does a double-take. The priest used Taylor's song The Fate of Ophelia as a surprisingly smooth way to talk about rejection, heartbreak, healing, and eventually finding real love, all while keeping things deeply spiritual and very relatable. Instead of confusing the congregation, it actually hooks them, because nothing grabs attention quite like Shakespeare, Taylor Swift, and Faith doing a crossover episode.
The Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift. Basically, it's a reference to that really famous play by William Shakespeare called Hamlet. Ophelia is a minor character in the context of that play, and she is in love with Hamlet, and Hamlet rejects her and scorns her. Before you know it, we find her dead in a pool of water.
Sources explain that the priest frames Ophelia as a symbol of feeling lost and unwanted, then flips it into a message about not being abandoned, even when life feels like a long string of romantic flops and emotional plot twists.
What she's basically saying there is like, look, for the longest time I was lost. I was looking for love. I was searching for love. I longed to be seen and known and loved, and I could not find love. All I found was rejection and pain. I was in so much pain, I started thinking to myself, maybe love doesn't exist for me. Never be seen and known and loved. But then you came, and you lit up my sky. I'm saved from a life without love. I am saved from the fate of Ophelia.
The sermon gets posted online and suddenly racks up millions of views, proving that Swifties will in fact watch literally anything if Taylor is even vaguely mentioned. Comments pour in fast, with people joking that they've never wanted to attend church so badly in their lives, while others openly crown him the unofficial Swiftie priest of the internet. Behind the scenes, this wasn't a random grab for clout. The priest has a background in literature and law, loves weaving pop culture into sermons, and spotted Taylor's song sitting at number 1, glowing like a neon sign begging to be referenced. The Shakespeare tie-in seals the deal, giving him an excuse to blend classic tragedy with modern heartbreak and land it all back on faith, love, and acceptance. The congregation reacts with curiosity instead of confusion, which honestly feels like a minor miracle in itself. And while Taylor's reach is clearly everywhere right now, even turning sermons into viral moments, things behind the scenes are feeling a lot less holy and a lot more uncomfortable for her. This time, the spotlight swings to a situation she reportedly never asked to be part of, after private text messages between her and Blake Lively suddenly became public during a very messy legal battle. Taylor is not amused, not impressed, and definitely not feeling okay about it. The general vibe is that she feels exposed, like something deeply personal was yanked out of her hands and tossed into the public arena without consent, which understandably doesn't sit right with someone who guards her inner circle fiercely.
Taylor never wanted to be involved or make any situation bigger. She simply was just supporting Blake as a friend in what she believed was a private moment. This has been really hard for her, and having her private texts out in the open made her feel exposed and violated, like something deeply personal suddenly wasn't hers anymore.
Sources explain that even though Taylor isn't directly involved in the lawsuit itself, seeing her name dragged into it and her private conversations dissected online hit a nerve. It reportedly felt invasive, especially considering how long she and Blake had been close. The whole situation creates an awkward emotional whiplash, where one minute you're besties and the next your texts are legal exhibits being debated by strangers on the internet. Behind the scenes, insiders say Travis Kelce is firmly in protector mode. He's allegedly been extremely supportive, offering advice quietly and standing up for Taylor when things started feeling off. He picked up on shifts in the dynamic before Taylor fully processed it herself, noticing that certain interactions didn't feel respectful or balanced. Apparently, he wasn't about trashing anyone, but he was very clear that Taylor deserved better energy from people in her life. That support seems to matter because insiders say it gave Taylor the confidence to finally address the situation directly rather than swallowing her discomfort to keep the peace. When Blake reportedly questioned why their friendship felt different, Taylor didn't sugarcoat it. Encouraged by Travis, she was honest about how the situation made her feel and where boundaries had been crossed, choosing clarity over quiet resentment. And with emotions already running high around her inner circle, attention now quietly shifts to Travis, who seems to be pressing pause on football and making everyone squint a little harder at what that actually means. The Chiefs tight end is officially in off-season mode, but not the usual recharge and back at it kind, more like the let me step back and think about my entire life variety. After wrapping up the final year of his contract with a rough ending and a season that didn't exactly scream highlight reel, the retirement whispers have gone from background noise to full-on hum. What really got people talking is his decision to skip the Pro Bowl games this year, even though he was selected again and, casually, still pulled in the most fan votes for the second year running. That alone had fans doing math, astrology, and conspiracy theories all at once. When a player with that much love from fans opts out, it's rarely random. His spot gets filled by another tight end, and suddenly the spotlight turns from celebration to speculation. Travis hasn't said anything publicly because, frankly, he doesn't owe anyone a press conference about his future. He's always brushed off retirement chatter in the past, insisting he'd play until the wheels fell off. But lately his tone has softened into something more reflective.
Honestly, I've been just focused on trying to win football games, man. I'll let that be a decision that I make with my family, friends, the Chiefs organization, when the time comes.
Behind the scenes, he's apparently taking real time to rest, reset, and figure out whether his body and heart are still aligned with another NFL grind. Those close to him say age isn't the issue as much as clarity. He still loves the game, still loves the routine, but there's a noticeable shift from proving something to protecting something.
There's a lot of love for the game that's still there, and I don't think I'll ever lose that. I don't know. It's it's a tough thing to navigate. Talked to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything. And they know where I stand, at least right now. And
yes, wedding planning and life outside the league naturally factor into the equation, even if football loyalty still runs deep. And while Travis is busy soul-searching and weighing life decisions, the spotlight slides to an unexpected duo who decide to soft-launch their own storyline, Taylor and Travis's moms. Over in snowy Park City, Andrea Swift and Donna Kelce step out together and instantly send fans into wholesome overdrive. No glam squad, no celebrity kids in tow, no chaos, just two future in-laws hanging out like they've known each other for years, and honestly, the vibe is immaculate. The two were spotted soaking up the Sundance Film Festival energy, braving the cold like pros and looking very much unbothered by the fact that every camera within a 5-mile radius was suddenly very interested in them. Instead of making it a whole thing, they keep it low-key, strolling around, chatting, laughing, and generally radiating "we're fine, thanks for asking" energy. Photos show them linking arms for warmth, leaning into each other like seasoned friends rather than women whose kids just happen to be two of the most famous people on the planet. What really caught people's attention wasn't what they were wearing or where they were, but how relaxed they look. No entourages, no handlers whispering instructions, just two moms enjoying a day out. Donna goes full winter warrior in a long gray parka, Andrea keeps it cozy chic with a fleece-trimmed cardigan, and together they look like they're ready for hot chocolate, not headlines. Their famous children are noticeably absent, which insiders say is very much the point. This outing isn't about Taylor or Travis, it's about Andrea and Donna carving out their own connection before everything gets louder, busier, and inevitably more public. And apparently this isn't the first time they've clicked. Those close to the family say the bond started forming months ago, with casual meetups that slowly turned into genuine comfort. And just as Travis and Taylor's moms are stealing the wholesome spotlight in Park City, the internet loses it over Matty Healy reposting a line about "our love gone cold, you evil bitch," sparking wild wedding crash fantasies. Fans joked about Travis turning into a human wall, Donna and Andrea side-eyeing in the corner, and Taylor's security shutting down any nonsense. Some read it as a lyric throwback, others as meme chaos, but everyone agrees that chapter's closed. Healy stays mum, focused on his own engagement, while online speculation explodes, proving that whenever Taylor's name pops up, the internet simply cannot chill. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.